And we are live from the desert tonight where the stars of the Slide Job Racing League and Tyler Watermelon look to do battle. It's time to race the Rattlesnake Hill 250 for race number 2 of Season 17 here. We welcome you to tonight's broadcast. Dawson Allen on the call once again with you here. Excited to be back racing on Tuesday nights and coming in here to a racetrack like Phoenix. And the racing that we can see here, just kind of what we can maybe expect to see as this race progresses is, of course, more issues. It's like blinking and connection issues, because why wouldn't we have those kind of issues, right? That's what we're having right now, as we're currently about 2 minutes left in practice, and of course, dude. So just kind of clicking around the field to see who's running where, and a lot of guys just wrecking as it goes. Got a minute 36 left to go in practice, as you can see. Ben Bafford fastest in practice right now. Nathan Scott second. Yusuf Ghali third. Jeremy Miller fourth. Duncan Fall is fifth. Sector race 3. I realized that for a second. We raced last week at Las Vegas. So as we work our way through this race here tonight, and hopefully the frickin' connection issues can stop. I don't know why we're having them all of a sudden. This is kind of getting stupid. Might have to try a change of pace, as Michael Kruger, currently 10th fastest, has a bit of an issue. I'm not sure why we're having this much of an issue right now. Checker flag is out. So we got qualifying happening here. If it can happen. Watching Michael Sturgill right now. He makes his way onto the track. This is just getting ridiculous. So Sturgill wasn't going to start his lap time. He abandons it, and iRacing is trying to abandon it as well on my end. Just trying to see Brett Bennett doing the same thing. Same thing as we saw last time. Are drivers realizing that can't go on the dog leg? I just got loose when they got down there on the dog leg, and I'm just going to keep freaking blinking. I pay good money for this kind of stuff, and it just sucks as bad as this does now. Oh, it makes you want to break something across your knee, and that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I'm going to have to try to change something. I don't know what. We might lose the broadcast for a second changing internet, but I have no clue why all of a sudden it's just completely stopped working. This is getting ridiculous. We keep dropping frames, we keep dropping everything, and it's just getting to a point where it's ridiculous. It's so freaking stupid. Can't provide a good broadcast if we keep having this problem. And obviously Bafford... We're going to change over.
Those are M&Ms. And?
At Menards, we carry the world's best selection of home improvement products to help you complete your next project.
You've got more of these, right? It's all gonna fit in your car? I got a trunk.
Save big money at Menards.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and
Denny and Harrison, welcome to the OfferPad family.
Thanks. Yeah, we're excited.
You guys ready? You know we're ready.
You know, at OfferPad, we're fast too. All online, cash offer in 24 hours. But we also like to make sure that each home selling experience feels special, easy, and different. You guys look awesome!
OfferPad really is different.
Yeah, awesome different.
Home selling with OfferPad is awesome different. Request your free cash offer today at OfferPad.com.
Man, we're door to door. I have the better car, fresher tires. I drove it in deep, and you missed it. I know you wanted to watch it, but you got throttled by your data plan, and it slowed you down. You hit your data limit streaming all that techno music, didn't you? I mean, really? Man, you've got some questionable taste in music.
Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data.
Tell me the story about Trimble again. Yeah, that's a good one.
What's all this noise about?
I was about to read the Trimble story.
Oh, I love that story. Where their tech connects the right data to the right person every time.
See, now you're getting it.
On that note, let's turn the lights out.
Aww.
Don't make me get the pit crew.
Rest easy and make every turn matter with Trimble. Confidence at every turn.
Ooh. Call Logano. Hey, Joey, you can save money if you fill up at Shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks.
Dude, I'm way ahead of you.
You saved at the pump?
Yeah, I saved at the pump.
The pump?
The pump.
He saved at the pump!
Woo! Now you can save at the pump when you shop at Advance Auto Parts. Learn more at advanceautoparts.com/gas rewards.
Now, it's my turn.
And we're back here live at Phoenix. Hopefully, problem solved for at least tonight to get this broadcast through and get you a nice, good show of this race. Right now, things are looking good, but I don't want to jinx it and say, yeah, they're looking fine, and then everything goes to, you know what. But as of right now, it looks like the timing is good. It looks like everything is ready to go, which is what we need. So, in order right now, I don't believe we had any DNQs tonight. Everybody's going to make the grid. Everybody's going to make the show. So we will have a full field of however many cars racing as we get prepared. But this one, drivers just getting their laps in before getting ready to go for this race. Just kind of clicking through, see how everybody's doing. Right now, Gavin Austin fastest in practice. Chase LaForte, Diego Cunha, Robert Hines, and Ricky Kugelon fast in the final practice right now. Track, last week's winner. Michael Wall is currently sitting there on pit lane. This driver's getting some final last-minute practice in before we get ready to go at it. Here in the desert. So that'll do it. We're going to fast forward through the warm-up and get ready to grid this field up, ready to go racing here in Phoenix. I believe because I got disconnected from the grid, I'm going to have an inaccurate starting lineup. We'll try it out. It looks like it might be right, so we're going to go with it, and hopefully it's right. So starting on the pole position tonight, it is driver number 48, Michael Walls, last week's winner with Quincy Strawhiker to his outside. You've got Fidel Fabian and Jerry Miller together in row 2, Michael Sturgill and Robert Lukens in row 3, Duncan Foss, Guy McGurk, row 4, Brett Bennett, Diego Acuna, the top 10. And just to verify, I'm going to... Yeah, no, scoring is entirely wrong. Scoring is entirely wrong. Wow, that's very helpful. Looks like it's actually Nathan Scott outside pole to Bridger Olson, the most recent winner at this racetrack back 2 seasons ago in season 15. He is the pole sitter. I see Dylan Parker, and I believe that is Fidel Fabian that's starting 4th. Trying to get a good camera angle to kind of showcase this field a little better so I can kind of get the rundown on it all. I see Michael Wall starting 5th, Justin Rott starting 6th. I'm not sure why scoring is just completely bugged like this. I know why probably, but I don't know why. So, it's really not a way to highlight everybody. That's unfortunate. We'll try to go through it as this race goes on, but yeah. So that'll some killer music there, and get ready to go racing. We go green. Scoring still fucked, so that's great. Let's try this out now and see if this will go green and stay good to the end. Hopefully it does. Let's crawl dive off, and this field will have a long way to go before we get this race under green. Bridger Olson and Nathan Scott, the front row. Nathan Scott, of course, the sofa transplant coming over racing this league. And he is just looking for a good run tonight if he can get it. As they make their way down the backstretch, they'll wrap around off turns 3 and 4. The green flag will be waiting for this field. And we are racing here in Phoenix. Lap number 1, led by Bridger Olson. Out in front, you see the field fanning out down that front stretch dogleg. Somebody down on the apron, a big bobble there. I think that might have been the 15 car. That is, I'm not sure who that is. I think it's Alex Martinez actually lap down. Same with Sky McGurk, who's still on pit lane. Enrique Kukulon having to serve a drive-through penalty, so he's down pit lane for that. But up front, it is Bridger Olson leading this charge as they go down off of turn number 4, almost 4 wide here back in the background. Ben Baffert inside of Dylan Parker and Gavin Austin as they come up off of the apron to use. Oh, and a roll, Brett Bennett! Bennett keeps a hold of it, but he gets the outside wall contact with, couldn't tell who it was entirely, but puts him up into the fence, and early on here, damage for that number 06 machine. Quick jump back to see, it might have been Jeremy Miller in the 30 car. Miller gets to his outside, you'll see him come down come back up off the corner. I just don't think he realized that Miller was there. And he gets put into the outside wall. Hangs on so far, though, in 21st, but it's going to be a long race for him if that damage is sustained throughout this event. So Bridger Olsen leading this field, catching up to Enrique Cucalon, who's had to serve a drive-through penalty. He is about to be lapped. So as he gets ready to go a lap down, trying to fight it off and hope for an early caution if he can get it. Almost got lucky with the Brett Bennett incident. Nathan Scott trying to find a way to get to the inside of that too and make it charge for the race lead. Far behind is Justin Rott in the 76, back in third. Fidel Fabian sits fourth. Last week's winner, Michael Walls, he rides fifth. Of turn number 4 to complete lap number 6, lap 7 underway. See backyard battle for 5th happening. Duncan Faw to the inside of Michael Walls, who tried to get inside of Fidel Fabian right there in the middle of the corner. Instead, Faw on the inside lane trying to make it work, but just not able to do so. Catching the wall, both Michael Walls and Michael Sturgill there on the outside lane as they head back into turn 3. Further back, you see Quincy Strawhacker making a move on Andrew Lotes. That's for 8th place. Strawhacker trying to clear the 81. He'll do so. Ben Bafford now on the hunt for that 9th place spot. Bafford trying to make his way forward. Same with Gavin Austin in the number 6 machine. These two nose to tail right now. Gavin Austin already up 7 spots from dropping the green flag. He started all the way back in, looks like, 18th place. Oh no, Ben Bafford gets spun! He's gonna save it, keep it off the wall, but spun there on the apron. Quick jump back. Trying to look at stats and read numbers and completely, I look up and see the 23 around contact, I think, with the 6 car. Indeed it was contact with the 6 of Gavin Austin, and around goes Ben Bafford, but he keeps it off the wall. And we stay green, but for now, the battle for the lead is underway. Here comes Nathan Scott to the inside of Bridger Olsen for the lead. Side by side they go through turns 1 and 2. Scott holds the bottom. Olsen working the top lane pretty masterfully right now, hanging on to the race lead. But that 61 is a-coming, and is a-coming quick. Come off of 1 and 2. You see Bridger Olsen put a great fight hanging on to this one. Scott has not given up this pursuit of the race lead. Further back of a gaggle of cars here. Roth's got a bit of a gap back to Fidel Fabian in 4th. He's now got Michael Walls to his inside, challenging for that position. But the Strawhacker been moving forward throughout this field as well. He's not far off. Evening out, easing up. Once again, you get to the inside of that number 40 machine, Fidel Fabian. Micah broke a long winless streak last week at Vegas, looking to see if he can do the same again tonight. Still inside of that number 40 machine. Seems to be better on corner entry through 1 and 2 exit. However, exit! Contact there with Fabian almost! and around to the inside wall, hangs onto it now. Duncan Fawn is outside, battling for 5th. And Micah up the track a little bit of contact with the 45, but keeps it together. And now back down into the corner they go. Meanwhile, up front, Nathan Scott still pursuing this number 2 machine for the race lead. Nose to tail now with Kukulon just trying to hang on and miss. As now side by side the race lead goes with Nathan Scott as he gets by on the outside lane for now. Bridger gets stuck on the inside and that gives Nathan Scott the race lead. Back walls and Fawn battling still. Inside now for 5th place. And trying to battle with Fidel Fabian as well. These three continue to be hooked on each other as Fawn and Michael Wall side by side again on the inside lane. Almost contact. Most of the rest of the field really spaced out, kind of figuring it out. Dylan Parker, however, has faded way back from his starting spot, way up in the front. Back here, Dane Bruce and Matthew Chastain. On the side, Dane Bruce working the outside lane. Currently, your biggest mover of the race is the driver in the 92, Jace LaForte, already up a good chunk of spots, 16 spots since the drop of the green flag. He is our biggest mover thus far. Biggest loser, Ben Baffert. Or actually, it's going to be Robert Lukens. Had a decent starting spot, but he is further back now. All the way back in 31st after having a good starting spot tonight. Baffert kind of blinking out further back in this field. He's on with third place right now. Further back, Straw Hacker. It's got by Sturgill. He's also got Andrew Loads right there on his back bumper. Making their way through turns 3 and 4. I think it's really just one of these kind of tracks. They'll get spread out. They'll keep rocking and rolling. Just, yeah. Really not much to say as of right now. Things have kind of calmed down for the most part. The lead now half a second for Scott over Richard Olson. See at our track map how we're looking. Not yet catching lap traffic. See how this field continues to make their way around. But up front, it should come as no surprise to anybody who's ever watched the broadcast on BRN that Nathan Scott is in a race and out in front, leading the way. Up in front now by 0.7 of a second and starting to build his gap he has over Bridger Olson in second. He got a big gap, 2 seconds back to third place. Justin Rott And Infidel Fabian also a little bit further away from that number 76 machine. Kind of got his own little exclusive spot on the racetrack, which is never bad to have. This battle happening still for 5th place. Michael Wall, Duncan Fall still side by side for it. Micah trying to work this bottom lane while Duncan keeps wrapping the high side. Oh, loose there for Micah. He'll have to give up that 5th place spot. He's further back now to the top 10. Yusuf Ghali working his way forward. Got by a couple cars there. Gavin Austin had a moment. They're battling here. Jeremy Miller, Gavin Austin, Michael Sturgill, Angelo Lowe. It's all right here in gap. Valley now getting by all of them up into 8th place. Sturgill side by side. Gavin Austin right behind them. Their gap back to Jace LaForte. Got Jeffrey Armstead and Dane Cruz now battling him. We're trying to fend them off. Armstead worked the top side. Cruz on the bottom lane there. We get to a point, you know, where once some of these guys start having tire fall off, once their vehicles start to really experience the fall off of what they've got, that's when you'll really see issues for handling, just trying to make it and trying to keep fast times. You'll see some guys really start to drop like rocks once that happens. Ghali getting by Straw Hacker now. Ahead, Duncan Fall, Michael Wall still side by side. The gap for the lead has been maintained here. Bridger Olsen been doing a great job of keeping Nathan Scott honest and keeping up with him in his tire tracks. Scott back over with Straw Hacker. That's for 7th place. To make their way off of turn 4. Just a big gaggle right here. Fabian Fall. And Wall is going to keep bringing more cars into the picture. Straw Hacker trying to hang on. Yusuf Ghali right in his back bumper. Straw Hacker, a bit of bubble. And Ghali, oh, gets to his inside, makes contact. 49 car gets into the wall, keeps a hold of it though, As Golly goes by for 7th, here comes that number 30 and Jeremy Miller trying to get there. Golly gets by Strawhacker. Nathan Scott having connection issues right now, blinking in and out as the race leader. Strawhacker back to the inside of Yusuf Golly, though, as they head down the back straightaway. Strawhacker trying to get that position back with Golly on the outside lane. The much preferred line to have here, as you'll see him go right by, and now Jeremy Miller goes by into 8th place, or at least side by side heading through the tri-oval, trying to get to 8th place as they make their way around. Further up ahead, Scott's not really gaining, not really losing time right now on that number with the number 2 machine of Bridger Olsen right there in his tire track, staying with him, keeping him honest. You know, I have expected when Nathan Scott joined this league that it was all over. Nathan Scott was going to come in here, dominate this league, and do like he does on Thursday nights. But as of right now, I mean, he looked mortal last week at Vegas. He looks even more mortal right now with Bridger Olsen keeping tabs of them. But granted, it could be anything. This could be Nathan Scott doing what he does best, which is playing dead, letting the field catch him, letting Olsen kind of think he's chasing that horse and burn his stuff up a little bit more, and then the moment strikes, let it rip. Scott is really good at saving his stuff. If you've never watched him race before, very, very masterful at saving his tires and keeping his equipment good until it's time to go and it really matters. And that might be what he's doing now, but as right now, it's still a half a second gap over Bridger Olsen, who now makes his way around the 38 car Matt Steiner, the first lap car of the night, based on pace. And Enrique Cucalon, of course, had the drive-through penalty. Martinez started on pit lane. Sky McGurk never made it to the track, so he'll finish 36th place tonight. Right now, last car on the lead lap, Robert Lucan's currently scored 32nd. Got a big gap until you get to him, though. Sturgill and Austin side by side now as they go for the top, for 11th, I should say. Battling Andrew Loads back ahead for 10th. And Claude Fabian side by side for 4th. Fall on the inside, Fabian the outside, side by side they go off of turn 4. 45 trying to make it stick, just can't quite get it there. End up losing time. See Fabian holds on, Bowles now gets to the inside. Fabian holding this group up, not too much, but it's going to allow guys like Jeremy Miller and Yusuf Golly to start catching. Miller's gotten by Golly for 7th. Strawhacker's still hanging on to 9th right now. He's got Andrew Loadston, Michael Sturgeon not far behind, and I don't think pit stops are coming just quite yet, but I feel like we're getting to a point. Speak of it. Oh, caution is out. That's why. Strawhacker went around. Let's say Loads looked like he was heading for pit road. I'd imagine he was involved in this one. Someone was on pit lane now, actually, too. Jace LaForte and Nick Wheeler both on pit lane. Both going to be caught out by this caution. Man, oh man. So we'll take a look at the VRN replay and show you what happened. With the 49 car. Heading to the corner, tight situation. Golly hits the brakes. Loads gets in the back of the 49 and up the track he goes sideways. That puts us under caution. Not sure why Golly was, what happened to Golly there. He slowed down like he was on the brakes trying to not wreck. But in the end, Strawhacker winds up getting spun as a result. As he is the leader, Richard Olsen is working on getting his service done. See the race off pit lane there. Leave. Nathan Scott hangs on to the race lead over Bridger Olsen, Justin Rott, Fidel Fabian, Michael Walls are your top 5 coming off the pit lane. But Strawhacker had stayed out. He's going to pit this time, but Nathan Scott will be your race leader. to see. I believe Matt Steiner was the free pass. He's currently back a lap down and rolling away. And Strawhacker comes to pit lane. He's black flagged for entering a closed pit, so he'll get a penalty, quote unquote, which is just an EOL into line to start this one. Lucky there for both Wheeler and for Jace Lafort. They're going to wind up back on the lead lap with the wave around. They're not going to be off the tire cycle really either, as the caution came out as they were on pit lane, so they didn't have to really worry about burning their stuff up. It's just a matter of all that track position they were going to have, or all the track position they were at, where they had in the top 20s, it's gone. They're going to have to be stuck out in the very back of this field. Pace car will dive off. Nathan Scott is the control car. Green flag out. Scott gets a big jump over the field. Justin Rott right in his tire tracks, and now Olsen scattered as everybody trying to get around that number 2 machine quickly. Look at Jeremy Miller all the way down the bottom lane there. Through turns 1 and 2. Up the track, we're 4 wide. Tight squeeze here off of turn. They're wrecking. Fidel Fabian's around. Oh, into Dylan Parker, runs into him too. How on earth was that not more? That looked like it should have been at least half the field. Everybody, however, able to miss it except for Dylan Parker. Take a look back at the Bureau replay. That camera we had didn't get a good shot of it. Try to change it over last second. 4 wide off of turn 2. And just up the track they all go. Gavin Austin, Jeremy, and Duncan Fall actually. And kind of Michael Sturgill gets sent towards the inside wall. And Dylan Parker just nowhere to go. Runs into the back of that number 40 machine. Fidel Fabian. Right on board with Dylan Parker. You'll see it happen ahead of him. 4 wide just doesn't work off of turn 2. Just trying to miss it all, and bang. There's the 40 car. You'll just see it right here off of turn 2. That puts us under caution. Nathan Scott still leading. My apologies. We are back, thankfully. Right now, Nathan Scott is your race leader here on lap 66. Justin Rott is in second by about a second and a half back. He's got a bit of a gap to third place, Michael Walls. Bridger Olson sits fourth. Jeremy Miller runs in fifth as things stand right now. We've got one car out of the race, Dylan Parker. Alex Martinez 6 laps down right now on track. Robert Lugans is down 5. Duncan Faw and Matt Steiner are both 1 lap down. The rest of our field so far of 30 are on the lead lap still with a shot to try to win this thing as we come across stripe to complete lap number 67. Really, the battle seems like it's happening for second place on back. That is Nathan Scott, or Justin Rott, excuse me, holding it with Michael Walls giving chase, as well as Bridger Olson and Jeremy Miller. They're all right there in that picture trying to make this a battle for second if they can. You can see, though, the canes that Mike have been making on Justin Rott. But Bridger Olson right there as well. Restarted second on that last restart. He's fallen back to fourth, but he's trying to claw his way back at least to second. He's been the one that seemed to keep the most consistent with our race leader, Nathan Scott, right now, but being stuck behind a couple cars is not going to help. Lindmark, shut up. Further back, Andrew Loads giving chase to Michael Sturger for 6th place. Gabe Gazzola worked his way to 13th place. Dane Cruz ahead of him in 12th. Biggest mover right now is 2nd place Justin Rott. Another big mover tonight, though, Wyatt Roberts up in the top 10 right now, running in 9th with Jeffrey Armistead behind him. Ben Bafford clawing his way back towards the top 10 after the incident earlier in the race. Bafford 11th place, trying to fight forward. Bridger Olson trying to catch back up to Mike Walls. Is chasing Justin Rott, who are all chasing Nathan Scott, who's out to about a 2-second lead over the rest of this field. Miller trying the higher line, trying to find a way to get a run around. Bridger Olson's going to get a chance maybe to the outside of that number 2 machine. Indeed, he is up on the top side. Oh, Michael Walls maybe caught the wall on the exit of the quarter. Miller trying to fight his way around in the 48. He's going to go way up to the high side here through 3 and 4, trying to get the launch on exit. Let's see what he gets out of it here in the 30. He cuts back to the inside of Bridger Olson now, head of steam, heading for turn number 1. Can he clear the 2? He will. He'll slide up in front and take over 4th place. As meanwhile, further back, Andrew Lowe trying the same thing. We're on the high side, trying to fight off Yusuf Ghali in the 54. He'll hold on to 7th for now as they make their way back into turn 3. Miller again trying maybe a higher line through 3 and 4. Just trying to get back up there and get back in contention. I was muted earlier. I had to disappear for a problem. We're back. We're good. Miller currently in 4th, chasing both Michael Walls and Justin Rott, who are battling. I see Yusuf Ghali getting by Andrew Loads. Loads going to try to cross him over on the back straightaway. But it looks like Ghali is going to take over that 7th place spot as Michael Walls side by side with Jeremy Miller as they make their way through the dogleg, heading back into turn 1. Side by side tie racing here. Walls hangs on to it. Gap for the lead, almost 2.5 seconds now as Nathan Scott has stretched his legs over Justin Rott. Michael Walls, Jeremy Miller, and Bridger Olson, the top 5. Almost contact there. Micah caught the wall. Jeremy got in the back of him there, I think, for a second. Now Miller gets to the inside of the 48. Oh, contact up the track. Miller clears for now. Does Micah try to get back to his inside? Here comes Bridger Olson to the inside of the 48. 3 wide. Micah gets into the 30 car just barely. But they keep it straight. We're still fine. We're still green. Rod able to check out now as the battle for third becomes a battle for fourth. Olson and Walls side by side. Sturgill now in the picture. Some tight action right there. Quick jump back and show you how that one transpired. I think Miller maybe was almost put into the wall here in this one. See it here, he runs to the outside of Micah, gets put in the wall there by the 48. Not really fully there, but not clear either, Micah wasn't. So Jeremy goes into turn 3, kind of shifts it up a little bit, gets up into Micah, gets him out of the way, and takes over third place. And you'll see it right here. They get into turn number 1, and Micah does get a little contact here when he gets 3 wide with Bridger. When he gets in the middle with Bridger, he makes a slight bit of contact with the 30 car. But Miller was able to hang on to it and keep it pointing in the right direction. Now Miller on the attack. Oh, inside a Rott! Contact almost sideways goes to 30. Hangs on to it still, though. On fire, trying to chase down this number 76. In the battle for second. Miller has put down some wicked fast lap times right now. Would really need to get by the 76 and try to just churn these out and see if he can't keep pace and try to catch leader Nathan Scott. Of course, we'll have a pit stop coming up likely soonish in the next couple laps. We saw pit stops starting on lap 41 when the first caution of the race came out. Would expect to maybe start seeing some in the next couple laps or so to kind of match that same time frame as the first set of pit stops. Miller trying again to get the outside. Maybe he'll caught the wall again there. Now Olson to the inside of the 30 car. Olson keeps it off of him. Miller going to hang on to third for now. So Michael Walls trying to fend off Michael Sturgill for fifth. As they head back into turn 1, Olson trying the bottom, Sturgill trying the top of Michael Walls. And Sturgill by Michael Walls. Yusuf Ghali trying to ship it in. Sturgill gets into Micah. Micah is getting used up here tonight. Drops back now to 7th place as here comes Miller to the inside lane trying to get by Justin Rott. They'll try to clear him. Oh, Rott gives him a bump! Ships him up the corner! Miller's definitely not making any friends right now! Sideways off the corner! Door to door! Doors to 76 again! It's not going to be long before somebody takes that 30 car and turns him around. There he goes now! Miller around! He'll save it, loop it back around. Caution will fly. There's just some times where you can just tell things are about to break down, and that one was just one of them. Miller, very aggressive in his march to the front, kept ticking off the wrong people, and finally, Justin Rott got a little bit of a measure back against this 30 car. Caution flies for the second time tonight. We'll take a look at the BRN replay and show you how it all transpired. Like I said, that was pretty predictable there with everything. We got to go all the way back here, I feel like, to turn 1. A lap prior. This was contact between the 30 and the 76. Rott, not happy with earlier contact, shifts the 30 up the track, gets into his back bumper, gets him up the track. He cuts back down, trying to get inside. Very sideways there. Rott trying not to give him any room, so Miller tries to pinch him up to the wall, doors him there. Bridger Olson gets to the inside, and right about here, Justin Rott gets to the inside, cuts down across, gets into Miller, gets him into the outside wall, and then around goes the 30 car after contact there as well. Just chaotic scene right here over off of try and get a camera angle. You'll see it right here. Just off the corner, goes up the track, and then contact, and then he'll go for a spin there through the dogleg. He was able to hang on to it there. Very good save by Jeremy Miller. But, like I said, that's a lot of enemies to be making right now. Especially if you're trying to come out here and try to win this race. But race off pit road, no shocker. Nathan Scott wins it. Bridger Olson second. Justin Rott's third. Yusuf Ghali gets out fourth. And Ben Baffert comes off fifth. Some big gains for some of these guys, getting out ahead of some other cars. But Scott's going to maintain the race lead. Jeremy Miller is a black flag. I'm not sure if it was speeding or what, but from bad to worse for the 30 car. Now he'll go to the rear of the field for this restart. So we're doubled up, we're ready to go back racing. Base car will dive off, so it is Scott, it is Olson, it is Rott, Ghali, Baffert, the top five. Wyatt Roberts right there in sixth. Great run going here for the 42. You got Andrew Lotz, Jeffrey Armistead, Dane Cruz, and Gabe Gazzola now, rounding out the top 10. As the field makes its way through 3 and 4, Nathan Scott, your control car in the O'Reilly Auto Parts restart zone, will match the gas and get us back to green. Jumping out ahead of Olson again, a bad restart on the outside lane. That's going to let Rott try to get to second again, with Ghali now in tow, trying to make it 3 wide. He'll drift up the corner, almost getting into his Cruise Auto Racing teammate. Bridger Olson, Ghali, side by side. There's Baffert in the background back here. Oh, Armistead, I think, might have caught the wall. Gazzola drifted up the corner. Gavin Austin, Gabe Gazzola right here, battling side by side for 8th place. Oh, Gazzola catches the wall, as does Andrew Lotz up ahead. Austin to the inside of Lotz. Lotz slows it up the out. Oh, contact though, Dane Cruz. Save it! What a save, Dane Cruz! That car should have been jumped! But somehow, someway, he hangs on to it, and by God, save of the year candidate right there, Dane Cruz. What a drive to keep that car going and to mitigate the loss. I mean, he should have easily dropped outside of the top 25. Instead, he sits 19th and now just has to try to fight back to the front. What a save, Dane Cruz. Side by side for 7th, Andrew Lotz, Gavin Austin go. Lotz on the outside, Austin holds the inside lane. That number 6, Wendy Chevrolet, trying to march back forward. He was, of course, winner at Daytona to open up the season, trying to see if he can pick up his second win in 3 weeks. The last time we saw that happen was 2 seasons ago. Same racetracks, Daytona, then Phoenix. Bridger Olson took the victories in those 2 races. He looks to see if he can, Gavin Austin looks to see if he can do the same thing. And driver number 2 did. Up front, Nathan Scott still holds the race lead, about 0.3 of a second ahead of Justin Rott, who holds second. Third place belongs to Bridger Olson. Got Ben Baffert, his teammate, right there behind him in fourth, as well as Yusuf Ghali running in fifth. It's Lotz and Armistead battling side by side. Gabe Gazzola going to take the dog leg around the racetrack on the front straightaway, cutting back up the track, see if he can't take an advantage of this corner entry here. Now inside of Lotz, possibly for 8th. Look at the outside lane. Armistead trying to get a run off the corner. Gazzola going to be side by side with him there as they barrel down the back straightaway. As for Jeremy Miller, he is in 30th. As they run right now, he is not holding up very well. Some pretty okay lap times, but the leaders are right there. I'm not sure if he had to serve a drive-through penalty or something, but he has got the leaders not far behind him as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. Hitting the stripe, lap number 95 this time by. It'll be 62 laps to go at the line. Still have some battles happening back here. Everybody trying to find out where they want to run, where they want to be. A lot of guys cut the dog, the other guys stay up on that racing surface. Of course, the dog leg not out of bounds. Oh no! Jeffrey Armistead goes around. This might be the big one. Parked in the middle of the track. Somehow everybody able to get on the brakes to miss him. But another caution for the third time tonight. Armistead gets turned, contact with Cazzola and Sturgill. I'd imagine one of those two also spun around up ahead. There is actually Gino Marrow. Oh, man. Marrow with some bad luck. There's Sturgill up ahead as well. Sturgill looks like he's blowing up. Indeed he is. That's going to end his night as well. So we'll take a look at the BRN replay. Got to sort this one all out. It was in the corner, exiting turn 2. Cazzola was on the inside. I think he just drifts up a little bit. Gets into, I believe, that was the 49 of Quincy Strawhacker, Sturgill and Marrow, as well as, I believe, Matthew Chastain all get sent towards that inside wall. See it coming off the corner here. Contact and around they go. Michael Crew got a piece of that as well. Everybody else mostly able to miss. You'll see Gabe Cazzola drift up the corner. I think he didn't expect Strawhacker to be there and just gets into Strawhacker, who gets into Armistead. I'm kind of right on board with that 49 here. I get the feeling that's what happens. Because that's definitely how it feels. Cazzola didn't think that Strawhacker was going to be right there. Just yeah, contact made. Armistead gets tagged. He gets hit into Cazzola again. How about the evasion by Corbin Hines? We'll ride with him and make our way through the accident here. Watch this one. The seas parting for Corbin Hines to get through that accident. He'll maintain a top 10 spot. Field is doubled up, ready to go back racing on lap number 99. Nathan Scott, Justin Rott now the front row with Bridger Olson, Ben Baffert in row 2, Yusuf Ghali, Gavin Austin row 3, it's Wyatt Roberts, Andrew Lotes row 4, row 5, Gabe Cazzola, and I believe that is Corbin Hines, who will start in 10th. The field is making their way back around towards the restart zone, where it has been very crucial to help out the driver, the number 61, to get the launches, to stay out in front, and you'll see how it happens. Here we go, green flag is out, back racing here in Phoenix. And again, a big launch there by the number 61. They head down into the dogleg, fanning out deep as they go back into turn 1. Oh, wrecking again in the back! Nick Wheeler, Blaine Sparling, heavy damage on the 32. Caution back out again. And that's likely going to be Nick Wheeler's night as well as Blaine Sparling. Both of them involve heavy damage. Another replay look we go to. And you'll just kind of see it happen on these restarts now. More aggression levels getting higher. Just contact between, I think it's the 32 and... It might have been Brett Bennett making contact. I couldn't quite tell. But if he makes contact, that's what gets him around. But if not... See here from this angle, maybe just got loose in the corner. Oh no, there was contact with Brett Bennett. See on board here with Brett Bennett, contact will be made right about there. So track heavy hits for Blaine Sparling and Nick Wheeler. Will take them out of it here. And puts back under the yellow with coming up on 50 laps to go. So we'll get ready to go back green. When we get this restart, it'll be 54 laps to go here in Phoenix out in the desert. For the Rattlesnake Hills 250. Nathan Scott still out in front. Bridger Olson is second. Justin Rott third. Yusuf Ghali fourth. And riding in fifth right now, it is Ben Bafford. Good recovery for the 23. Trying to see if he can find victory lane for the first time in a bit for that 23 camp. But Nathan Scott looks to get his first win on Tuesday nights here at Phoenix. Caution will end right about here as he'll match the gas and get us back to racing. A good restart again by Scott. And again, Olsen just can't get anything going on the outside lane. Scott just quick on the draw, and that's what gets him out in front of the field and leading as soon as we hit turn one. Oh, is that contact? Contact further back. Big stack up, maybe not quite a wreck, but somebody definitely was in the wall. Oh, someone in the wall. There they go. Vanel Fabian and Andrew Jamelin. Caution back out. And this is what I always dread when we come to Phoenix. Restart, restart, restart just leads to wreck, wreck, wreck. Looking at the BRN replay and showing you what happened. Now, it sounded like there was contact into turn one as well. So we're going to go up high on our blimp camera to just see what ended up happening. I think someone might have caught the wall. Oh, yeah, Jacob Locklear in the 84, along with Andrew Jamelin, both are going to get the wall here. So we're going to get the replay right here. You'll see it happen. Heading up to turn one, 84, 65, both catch the wall right there. Stacks up the outside lane, still in the wall was the 84, and then coming off the corner here, Jamelin catches the wall up into Fidel Fabian, and then around they both go. So Jamelin and Locklear are both on pit lane, so we're going to park it. Now, something of note, I will point out that it might happen. I'll have to see if it happens, but I'm going to go quickly ask and see if maybe this is a strategy call for those that pit on this caution. I will double check though. Alright, so pit stops here are not to try to play any kind of strategy, just damage repair as well as maybe getting some tires, fresher tires in the rest of the field to maybe go for it at the end here, but otherwise, yeah, no, didn't matter. So coming to green here, 50 laps to go. Fingers crossed that we can actually get a decent enough finish here. It has just been wreck after wreck after wreck here in the last couple of laps, hoping we can get this strung out and get a green run going. Because when we got green, we got some pretty decent racing throughout the field, just a matter of getting it green. So 50 laps to go. Nathan Scott, Justin Rott, the front row. Then it's Bridger Olson, Ben Baffert in row 2, Yusuf Ghali and Wyatt Roberts lining together in row 3. Then Gavin Austin with Gabe Cazola. Then it's Andrew Lotz and Jace LaForte now in the top 10. Great run going for the 92 team. Looking to see if he can cap it off with a top 10, maybe even a top 5 for his efforts. We head through towards the O'Reilly Auto Parts restart zone. Nathan Scott going to match the gas as early as he can. Actually, he'll wait this time. He holds up. And this time, though, it doesn't pay off as well because Olsen is right there with him. Rott's still going to have a good fighting chance in the lead as well. He's clear into one, but he's not fully clear of the field like he was the last couple restarts. Scott now going to have pressure out back as they come off of turn 2. Olsen and Rott side by side as they head down into turn 3. Olsen on the inside, Rott on the outside as they work their way off the corner. Rott's going to have the run on the top lane and try to hold off that 2 machine per second. He'll do so for now. Now tries to set his sights on the 61 and go for the race lead. It's probably the closest anybody has been to Nathan Scott after one of these restarts. Right on his back bumper, breathing down his neck. Oh no! Contact Jerry Miller! Towards the inside wall, hangs onto it and saves it. Contact, I think, with Andrew Lotz, who was middle of a 3-wide situation. Miller hangs onto it, trying to fight back in his own way after the incident earlier on, getting spun by Justin Rott. There's Quincy Strawhacker right there side by side. These two go entering turn 1. And Miller again hits Strawhacker across the wall. Hanging on to it. Miller on the back bumper of Andrew Lotz now trying to find his way around this 81 car as everybody's scattering about down this dog leg. Entering for turn number 1. Nathan Scott has the lead, but Justin Rott working the bottom lane, doing a fantastic job, drawing even with the race leader. Here comes Justin Rott trying to go to the top spot. As Rott now hanging on to second as Olsen giving pressure for the position. Scott going to get a little bit of breathing room because of it as they make their way back into turn 1. Rott going to try a higher entry now in the corner and cutting down on exit. See what he can get out of this number 76 machine. Trying to see if he can pick up his 3rd career win here tonight. 2-time winner last season, picking up his 1st and then 2nd career wins in back-to-back races. Wants to add Phoenix to the list of racetracks that Justin Rott's parked in victory lane. 3 wide further back, it looks like Andrew Lotz inside of Jeremy Miller and Jace LaForte as they head through the dogleg, heading back into turn number 1. LaForte on the high side, Miller through the middle, Lotz on the bottom. It looks like Miller trying to find a way to clear them both if he can. He'll clear Lotz, he won't get by LaForte. LaForte comes off the wall, Dane Cruz right there on the outside lane now as well. He's also having a nice, oh, Jace LaForte goes around! He'll get saved because of the 30 car. Keeps it from spinning out, and he's going to end up only losing 1 spot because of it. Maybe 2 now, as here comes Lotz. Corbin Hines as well looking to lurk in the background. Oh, LaForte struggling big time. Rear end damage with the 92. Probably not helping either. Makes his way off 3 and 4. Dane Cruz right behind him. Corbin Hines side by side now with Jacob Locklear. Locklear recovering after his incident that just brought the most recent caution. Getting back into the swing of things here. That number 84 Cruise Auto Racing Toyota Camp Supra. Blue. Yeah, why are you blue? Up front, it is all Nathan Scott with a train of cars behind him from 2nd all the way back to maybe about 10th place. You see it's Justin Rott leading this group, Bridger Olson and Yusuf Ghali now, or Michael Wallace, pardon me, peeking to the inside of Bridger Olson. Yusuf Ghali a little bit further back in 5th place as they run. He's got 6th place Ben Baffert right behind him trying to get pressure, but you see Michael Wallace inside of Bridger Olson trying to go for 3rd place. A little tight racing here. Just not quite able to do it, but trying to send it into turn 3 on the inside line. Micah just can't quite get it to go. Ball's trying the inside, and he'll clear Bridger Olsen now for that third spot. It's further back, Lafort trying to... Oh, but now! Keeps her spinning out this time. Bounces off the inside wall. Pretty light contact that time. But going to lose some spots because of it. And Lafort hangs on over Locklear, but he's going to catch the outside wall on the front straightaway. And here comes that number 84 machine to the inside. He'll try to power by for 14th. So Jeffrey Armistead now lurking in the wings, trying to get up to 15th, get a top 15 run going, as Michael Walls now inside of Justin Rott for second. The 48 machine starting to come to life a little bit late here. Can he mount a charge and try to go for the race win over Nathan Scott? He's going to have, call it, 39 laps to go. Long way from over. A lot of racing left to run before we can start talking about crowning a winner. But Michael Walls, pretty fast last time, even despite trying to pass some cars. This 48 machine is hooked up. I think a help of it is that he's got slightly fresher tires, 10-lap fresher tires on the number 48 machine compared to the rest of the field. I don't think that really should mean a ton with all the cautions we've had, but it seems to be working right now for that 48, so who knows? Micah chasing down Nathan Scott for the lead. Justin Rott, Bridger Olsen, Yusuf Ghali in the top 5. And further back, Gabe Gazzola is got by Jeremy Miller for 10th place. Andrew Lowe's now on the inside, trying to pick up number 11. So head back down into turn number 1. Got one of Dane Cruz behind him, giving chase. And speaking of giving chase, how about a chase for the race lead? Here comes the driver, the number 48, Michael Walls, last week's winner, chasing down race leader Nathan Scott, trying to make the move for the lead. Micah is there on the back of the 61, just giving him pressure, but trying to keep off him, keep it clean while he does so. Doing a fantastic job right now, up into second, and just continuing to put this pressure on the race leader to try to make him make a mistake. Ben Bafford, Yusuf Ghali side by side for a second there for 5th. But up front, that battle for the lead, Michael Walls thinking about using that chrome horn there for a second on Scott as they make their way off of turn 4. Does Micah try to send it inside now? Looks like he's going to the dog leg. Can he get to the inside, heading into turn 1? Yes, he can. Can he get the power down, though? Can he make it stick? Michael Walls going to give him room. Still side by side. Micah slides off corner exit. That gives the advantage back to the 61. But for a slight moment, Michael Walls was your race leader over Nathan Scott. Oh, car sliding on the back. That's Gabe Gazzola saving it though. Oh, wrecking in the back. I think that might be Jace Lafort. It is Jace Lafort. But he's able to keep it straight and keep it rolling. So we stay green for now. Quick jump back to see. Just lost it off of turn 2 by himself. Was able to back her down and keep it straight. Keep us green. So after that, Ben Baffert, Yusuf Ghali battling side by side. I see as well Bridger Olsen battling with Justin Rott now for third. Right now, Michael Walls fading off from the race leader, Nathan Scott. Maybe his chance to try to win this race has come and gone, slipped through his fingertips after that slide, but we'll see how it hangs on. As you see Dane Cruz, Gabe Gazzola, side by side, they go for a 12th place. Heading back down into turn 3, Dane Cruz to the inside, Gabe Gazzola outside. Dane's going to try to make it work on the bottom lane, just not fully able to clear. Gazzola hangs the tough on the outside lane. Not going away anytime soon, but now Cruz will slide right up in. Gazzola gives him a tap in the corner. Dane just threw it in there as tight as he could. That was about as pin perfect as it could be, and he'll take over 12th place. Man, that's two great moves. If we had a Reese's Sweet move of the race for this league, I think Dane would be in contention with two moves from today to try and win that one. Vote on arcaracing.com for results to be posted in 2 months' time. It's kind of how it feels with all their Reese's Sweet move of the race moves stuff. So there you see Michael Kruger coming off of pit lane. Not sure what happened. I guess just damage, maybe something happened, but he is back out on track on fresh tires. Not sure what happened to the 41 to lead him to pit again, but he is now a lap down and shuffled way back out of the equation here as the field makes their way back into turn 1, coming around this time by 26 laps to go when we hit the line next. And Baffert going to send it inside and shoot around Yusuf Ghali. As further back you see, I think that's maybe Gavin Austin and Quincy Strawhacker doing battle. Strawhacker will slide up in front of Wyatt Roberts now for 8th place. Jerry Miller trying to catch back up to this group and try to give himself a shot for positions. So the drivers just trying to figure out what they can do to make moves on each other. Up front, Nathan Scott continues to hold about a half a second lead over Michael Walls right now. Still nowhere near over. Anything can happen. A late yellow, certainly flat traffic. Flat traffic becomes a factor. Just anything could really play into the hands of anybody not named Nathan Scott to help give them a chance to try to win. As we see battles happening further back, Wyatt Roberts inside a Quincy Strawhacker again for 8th place. Still ongoing battle up here for 3rd. The battle for the lead is not really ongoing. I think another sliding problem for Jace LaForte on the front straight. He's coming to pit lane now in the number 92 machine. Okay. Guessing he's just going ahead and calling it a night. Just hot rodding into pit lane like that. That or just wasn't thinking. But he is going to likely be done for the night with that speeding penalty, so. So Scott holds the race lead. Further back, some battling happening here. Wyatt Roberts inside a Straw Hacker. You see Jeremy Miller making moves on them as well. Oh no! Straw Hacker into the wall, contact with Andrew Lotes. Able to keep it going, but slight wall contact on the right side for the 49 and the 81. Straw Hacker able to hang on to it now as they head back down into turn number 3. Our team may find a way back around the 81. So again, the battle for third, still heating up. Rott trying to fend off Bridger Olsen. See them battling here again for third place. Olsen inside of Rott, side by side they go. A little bit of contact there for third. Still on each other's doors off the corner. Rott prevails for now. But up front, the battle for the lead. Here comes Michael Walls putting pressure on Nathan Scott. Michael Walls trying to find a way around Nathan Scott. He's right there with him, putting pressure on the race leader as they come around this next time by. It will be 15 to go. A big gap to third place, Justin Rott. Just a distant speck in the mirror of the 48 car, whose sole focus is out the windshield. Chasing Nathan Scott. We've hit the 72 diecast. 15 laps to go. 72 diecast for all your new and used diecast needs. Hit them up 72diecast.com or 72 diecast on eBay. It's Nathan Scott with the lead. Just a small gap over Michael Walls, who's been putting pressure on him like crazy, keeping tabs with the race leader as they head back down into turn 3. Walls sliding off a little bit though. This time by, you see Cruise Auto Racing driver Bridger Olsen and Yusuf Ghali and Ben Baffert all trying to pursue Justin Rott, trying to get that podium finish for the team. And Wyatt Roberts right there in the mix as well. Jeremy Miller up to 8th. Dane Cruz into 9th. Gavin Austin finds himself in 10th right now as they run. Oh, car in the wall! Bridger Olsen! And I believe he's going to end up having a black flag. I don't know if it's an incident limit thing or what, but he has got a black flag on his machine. That is a devastating blow. I'd imagine it might be a meatball. We're going to have to look back and see what just happened to the 2 car battling with Justin Rott. He gets to the inside. Oh, he actually drives into the back of him. And then up into the wall goes the 76. But you'll see Olsen will pull down and serve his black flag. That's going to take him out of the equation. And the bad luck has returned for the number 2. As meanwhile, the gap has grown to 0.6 of a second. As now it's Nathan Scott in full control of this race. Yusuf Ghali is 3rd. Ben Baffert is 4th. Justin Rott has fallen back to 5th. Wyatt Roberts right there is in 6th, still with a shot to try to get the top 3. Dane Cruz getting by Jeremy Miller there for 7th in the background. Oh! Baffert goes around! And now Justin Rott has a black flag. I believe it is an incident limit deal. A black flag to the 76 car now. We'll take him out of the picture. He'll cut down, he'll serve it, and Baffert, I believe, as well, is out of the race, or at least he's blinked out for now. He's back in 6th. as Justin Rott will serve a drive-through penalty. Coming around just now, 10 laps to go. 0.6 of a second is the gap. Scott has been faster than Walls most times by, and as of now, Micah would need a miracle to catch that 61 car. Matt Steiner staying out of the way as a lapper. 0.4 of a second is the gap. Michael Walls closing in, but he's going to catch Matt at a really bad time. Not going to be the line he wants to run there through 3 and 4. As they come to the stripe, Michael Walls is giving everything he's got to try to go back-to-back to open up this season. Go 2 for the first 3 if he can. He is aggressively charging into these corners, and it's paying some dividends there on the corner entry. I mean, like, look at the lap times. It's working. The Delta is working. He is absolutely making up time, charging hard into turns 1 and 2. He just needs to find that way to get up there and to make it stick, to give himself a chance at the race win. Sort of fantastic job, but he might just be out of time. Too little, too late it might be for this 48 team. But you see the drive, a hard drive into turns 1 and 2 for the 48. He's right there again with Nathan Scott for the race lead. Blending back up into the track, I believe that was Justin Rott in the 76, making his way back up into this field after the drive-through penalty. Access to Bridger Olsen right there. We'll see what happens. 7 laps to go. Michael Walls, he'll charge hard into turn 1, but you see all the time he's losing there off of turn 4. An aggressive send by Michael Walls into turn 1 once again. He just really needs to get these exits put together, or he needs to be a lot closer to make that charge work, to try to maybe intimidate this 61. You'll see right here through 3 and 4, Micah just does not get a good run off of it, and this is where Scott stretches his legs a little bit more. Micah's able to charge it in pretty good there through that middle lane. Just needs to get that corner exit that Scott's able to get. He's just not able to get it with that run he does into the corner, and that's allowing Scott to keep pulling away. As they come off the corner now, 5 laps to go. They'll come around. Walls trying to find a way to charge forward, trying to find a way to put pressure on him, just can't quite do it. And it would take a miracle or a caution for Micah to get there and make this stick, but he's making it aggressive dives into the corners, and it's kind of, it pulls him back in for a second, but then he loses that time right back. And he really just needs to get this one last dive, I think, in the next couple laps. He really needs to make this work here off of corner exit off turn 4 to really make this worth a shot at trying to win. 3 to go. He's getting really aggressive into the corner, and he's getting right there, but then you see all the time he bleeds back off of turn number 2, and he's not able to really recover it back until he gets back into turn 1. But coming around this time, 2 laps to go. Your race leader, Nathan Scott, looking for his first win here in the Slide Job Racing League. Michael Walls looking to go back-to-back after winning last week at Vegas and go 2 of the first 3 for the 48 team. But right now, it's just not looking like it's going to happen. As they'll come around off of 3 and 4. Nathan Scott now 0.6 of a second lead, gaining big time. He's going to see the white flag. 1 more lap to go here in Phoenix. Nathan Scott looking for career win number 1 here on Tuesdays. Micah's going to send it in for all he's got back in the back here, all the way on the apron, but it's just not going to be enough. And Nathan Scott will scoot away here off of turn number 2, heading into 3 for the final time. You've seen him win so many times on Thursdays. Now he's decided to pick up winning on Tuesdays. Nathan Scott takes the checkered flag here at Phoenix. Nathan Scott gets it done. Not a shocker there. So he'll make his way around towards that start-finish line, towards the front straightaway. He's going to burn it down. Taking home the checkered flag here at Phoenix International Raceway. It's Nathan Scott. So as he continues to celebrate here, making his way around the track. Let's take a look at your finishing results from tonight's race. Nathan Scott gets it done here in Phoenix, out in the desert. Michael Walls, a hard-fought effort. He'll go second place for back-to-back podium finishes here in the 48 team. Yusuf Ghali comes home third in the 54 machine. Dane Cruz, a great recovery from him. He finishes fourth tonight. Wyatt Roberts gets home fifth. You see Ben Baffert as well into the recovery into sixth. Jeremy Miller as well rebounded to seventh. Gavin Austin comes home eighth. Gabe Cazola ninth. And Jeffrey Armistead gets a nice top 10 for that 14 team. See Quincy Strawhager back in 11th. Jacob Locklear in 12th. Andrew Lotes 13th. Brett Bennett was in an incident pretty much early on, like lap 1. He gets in the outside wall. He's able to bounce back to 14th place. Good finish for him. Corbin Hines comes home in 15th. And there you see the rest of the field there. Enrique Kugelon, Brian Smith, Fidel Fabian, Duncan Faw, William Martin. Fidel Fabian, what a eventful night for the 40 camp. Still able to pull off a top 20 finish there. Chastain and Rod, the last two on the lead lap, and there you see the rest of the cars lap down, and then some cars that were involved in accidents, or for example, like Bridger Olson, just hit a penalty to come out. And then we see Jason Lafort, 29th on back. Those were your DNFs of the race. You did not make it to the checkered flag here tonight. So let's see if we can talk to our podium finishers. First things first, we'll have to catch up with our third place finisher, Mr. Yusuf Ghali. So let's get a hold of Yusuf Ghali. Hey, Yusuf Ghali, it's Dawson out on the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Alrighty, well, it's going to be a third place finisher here tonight from Phoenix in a very eventful race. What was it like for you behind the wheel of that number 54 machine?
I don't even know. It was rough. Just track position meant a lot. Everybody was racing like it was lap 1 or last lap from lap 1. So just a lot going on the whole race. We survived it, so take P3.
Absolutely. Well, survival really is the key for this league, it feels like, for a lot of the times, and especially for, this season. It feels like the start of the season has been about attrition. Of course, Daytona was Daytona, but now back-to-back top fives to start this season on the regular tracks. How does that feel, just kind of getting back into the swing of things here in season 17, to have these kind of runs, to still be able to put together top fives despite all the craziness happening around you?
I don't really race much. So I feel like I have to relearn the tracks every time I come into them, but I'm just glad with the finishes we've gotten. I think that 61 is going to be a problem this season, but I think the way we've been running, maybe we could just finish consistently. I don't know about winning a bunch, but I think we could finish consistently enough to contend, just keep it clean.
Absolutely, Yusuf. Well, it's a third place finish for you here tonight. The 54 machine looked fast out there. Teammate, sponsors, shout-outs, what got you down in third place?
Just thank the league owners and all them for putting the show on, with all the sponsors that pay for the contingencies, and you guys for putting the broadcast on. Appreciate it.
Well, alrighty, that's Yusuf Ghali, your third place finisher here tonight, currently listening to Ode to the Mets by The Strokes, if you were interested in knowing. Thanks for the interview. Congrats on third place finish tonight, Yusuf.
Thank you.
Now we'll get a hold of our second place finisher tonight, Mr. Michael Walls. It was a win.
I wish people would know how to hit the fucking brakes, because
I keep forgetting that exists. It was a win last week for Michael Walls. Tonight he comes home one spot short in second, but he made it hard on race winner Nathan Scott. Micah, what was that race like for you behind the wheel of the 48 machine?
Yeah, early on it was, really, really hard to pass here. So, we had some trouble in the middle run where we got some damage and had to fix it. And we started having back-to-back cautions. I figured I'd try something and took tires after only 10 laps on a run. So I figured I'd try something and it almost worked out for us. But
Yeah, it almost worked out, and I was kind of interested. So watching you make the moves you were making, I noticed in turn one you charged, and that was what your entry was. What was the thinking behind that move? As every lap went down, I saw you just really drive it deep into turn one, and a couple times you got really close to Scott. What was the thought process there as that run went on? Just kept trying working that turn one entry.
yeah, I mean, right there at the very end, I was just trying anything. We were both sideways. We were both had no tires left, so I was just trying anything and everything to try to get up to him. But yeah, I was just in it really, really hard.
All right, Michael. Well, it's back-to-back top two finishes, I should say, for you. The win last week, the second place here tonight. How does that feel to open the season off with two finishes like that back-to-back?
Yeah, it's great for our point stands. Hopefully we'll come out on top at the end of the regular season with the regular season championship. But we'll see what happens. I feel really confident in the next couple tracks that we go to. I know Nathan Scott's going to be really quick, and a bunch of other guys are going to be pretty quick as well. So.
Well, alrighty, Micah. Second place running for you here tonight. Teammates, sponsors, shoutouts. What got you on the podium again tonight?
I got to shout out the Goat and T1A guys. Got to shout out Jared Wilson. That's my lawyer. Shout out Cockroaches, and shout out Dawson Allen.
All right, that's Michael Walls, your second place finisher here tonight at Phoenix. Congrats on the second place run tonight, Micah.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go catch up with our race winner, Mr. Nathan Scott. I'm used to talking to him on Thursday nights, but now we get to talk to him on Tuesday nights as he decided to work Tuesdays, and he decides to win on Tuesdays. That is Nathan Scott. Nathan, first things first, congrats on the win tonight, buddy.
Thank you so much, brother.
Well, alrighty, you come in tonight. I feel like you kind of had a chip on your shoulder after last week at Vegas, weren't able to pull off a victory. What was this race like for you behind the wheel of the 61 machine?
Yeah, just started off really content running in P2 at the time, and I just thought I had a little more if I can get by the two. We got to the outside and was able to get by him, and yeah, we just kept the track position. And towards the end there, there were some tires coming through the field, and Micah got up to P2, so I was really worried because it would be like the drive of my life to keep the lead, but fortunately we were able to keep him at bay and get the win after dominating.
Yeah, absolutely. So you come away, you come over to Tuesday nights. We've seen you, of course, many times on this channel on Thursday nights in the Sofa Racing League. But tonight you come over, you're running, looks like full-time this season, and you're able to kind of finally flex your muscles. What do you feel like this was? Do you think it's maybe a warning shot to the rest of the field about what you're capable of doing as the season goes on?
Yeah, it's just really strong right out the gate. I mean, Daytona was bad. I got wrecked pretty much 2-3 laps into the duel. Didn't even get a chance. So, we went to intermediates and we did really good at Las Vegas, but strategies just bit us, and we come here and we're showing the same speed. So I think it's making me drive harder. It seems like the SOF in this league is much higher than that of sofa. So I'm definitely having to drive a bit more, but kind of the same thing, just keeping out front when I can. And I'm only 2 races in to this league, and the racing is really fun. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes from here. I mean, this is just the beginning.
Alrighty, Nathan. Yeah, your first win tonight. How does this feel? Just kind of getting ready to get this season rolling to get that first win here in race number 3.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I would have liked to win Vegas because that's my home track, but Phoenix ain't too far. Some people didn't like the race. I thought the setup ran good. You could really get the right rear going because of the extra power that we're running. So I think that played a bit more to it. I'm having fun. Like that's the perfect combo when you're fast and you're having fun driving the car. So yeah, we go to Michigan next, and that's like my bread and butter right there.
Alrighty. Well, that is your racer Nathan Scott, teammate, sponsor. Shoutouts for us, Nathan. What do you got for us?
Yeah, shout out teammates Corbin Hines, Andrew Lotes, Team Air Lane. Shout out Simon Lindmark, creating this beautiful Under Armour paint. Race the second start for this 61 Under Armour car. Got the dub. Beautiful car. Appreciate the people running this league. It's been fun so far. Appreciate some of the guys keeping it clean. And thank you for broadcasting.
Alrighty, it didn't take him long to find victory lane on Tuesday nights. Nathan Scott gets it done in race 3 of season 17 here at Phoenix. Congrats on the win tonight, Nathan.
Thank you, man.
Alrighty, like I mentioned, you can see him Thursday nights as well on the Sofa Racing League, where he's run the gambit and dominated. Of course, the most recent champion of the league is the driver of the number 61 machine, so it's no shocker there that he gets it done here tonight and takes home a checkered flag. So that'll do it from us here tonight at Phoenix. I want to thank you as always for tuning in, and especially with all the troubles and hardships we had tonight. Thank you for sticking it out with us here tonight. Of course, mention Sofa Racing League is upcoming Thursday night. We're racing at Kentucky Speedway. I'm excited for it. It's my home track, so I'm looking forward to racing there. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRN. Ryan Bogey will be on the call for that. Of course, we pick back up on Monday nights with the Fast Track Cup Series off this week following the regular schedule, but now we go to racing in Iowa Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern here. And I mentioned next week here on Tuesday nights, it's Michigan International Raceway, where the field will be ready to race at the big track up in Brooklyn, Michigan. So we're excited to have you here with us for all these races. I want to thank you as always for tuning in and watching us. This is Dawson Allen signing off, saying so long, have a great rest of your night, and once again, congratulations goes out to your race winner, that being the one and only Nathan Scott. Take care, everybody.